welcome back to the kid-friendly video channel. Today we start a new series featuring the rip-lash racers. Now if you're not familiar with the rip-lash racers, these are mini cars with a giant wheel in the middle and a rip cord that goes into the wheel, and when you pull it out, the wheel spins really fast and they take off down the track. Now we have 3 Lightning McQueens here. What we're going to do is paint one a different color and have a race. So if this is your first time to our channel, what we're doing is we're taking Pixar cars and painting them different colors and making them other cars. Now some of you have been here many times obviously, and you'll see our whole selection of cars here that we painted. For example, there is Ramone. He's now painted as Cigalert from Cars 3 Demolition Derby. And there's Fairgame the taxi. I think that was Darryl Mustangburger, I think we converted him. And there's Leakless as High Impact. And a whole bunch more cars here, folks. If you want to see them, there's a button here you can click and you can watch all the videos. And a bunch of retired cars here. With Lightning McQueen retired, no decals, King, no decals, he's retired. There's Chick Hicks, there's Jackson Storm, and there's Jeff Gorvette. Now in our previous video, I took out the rip-lash racers and we're going to paint one of them. And I also unboxed these here cars, these 3 tiny metal die casts. They're cool as can be. Jackson Storm, there's Fabulous Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez. So I'm not going to paint them at all. Somebody said, don't paint those minis. And I said, don't worry, not going to paint them. So what we have here is these are the rip-lash racers. I'm going to show you how they work right now. These cars mount in a special base, like right here, and put all 3 of them in. And I'm going to put the rip-lash right through here. And when I pull out the cord, they take off. Okay, and they race. Now I actually have a racetrack. I'm going to show you that right now. This is the rip-lash racer racetrack. It shoots down the track, goes over the ramp, through the hoop. There's an opening right here, a gap, and then down through the outside. And we're going to race these 2 cars. Actually, we're going to use 2. We're not going to use 3. So we're going to paint one first, a different color, so we can tell them apart. So what I'm going to do is paint this lime green, okay, so we can tell them apart. The red one versus the green one. So first thing I'm going to do is get up my paint and paint that primer gray, and then put some neon green paint on it. Let's get the paint out first. And like I said, folks, this is a new series. It's going to be called Chapter 1. We're going to get our paint kit. Here's our palette. It's right here. And my gray. Just plain old dollar store paint. We're still painting cars, guys, because the paint and car series is really popular for my channel. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to raise the camera up a bit. Hope you don't mind the little shaking there. And here's the gray. I'm not going to use much gray now because these cars are very small and tiny. So I'm going to take Lightning McQueen here, and I'm going to grab a nice little brush I have. I'm going to put a coat of primer on it, leave it dry, and come back and I'll put on a nice coat of lime green. I got so many paints to choose from, but I want to see it'll really stand out. Now those wheels don't even turn, so I'm just going to skip over that. The only wheel that works on this car is the giant wheel in the middle and the back. Do you see it? Do you guys have these rip-lash racers yourself? Let me know. Send a comment if you ever heard of it. Somebody didn't know what to call it. They called it a different name this morning, and it's called rip-lash racers. So if you have these cars or have this track, let me know, because I'll tell you something. That racetrack I just showed you a minute ago is the best, probably the best kit I've ever opened from Mattel for these cars. That actually works perfect, and the cars fly through the ramp, and they do a great job. I made lots of videos featuring rip-lash racers. So if you want to see that, just punch in Pixar Cars rip-lash racers, kid-friendly videos, and you'll find all my videos. Actually, one of them is one of the most popular videos I have right now. Actually, it's trending pretty high. So if you want to watch those videos, the rip-lash racers are pretty cool. Okay, this is not going to be the best paint job in the world, because I'll tell you what we're going to do, folks. We're going to paint these cars many times, different colors. So if you don't like this color, green, let me know what color you want me to paint them, and I'll change the color for the next race, okay? So this is going to be very sloppy, as you can see. I'm going to leave that as it is. Just make sure the gray kind of covers up things. And I'll come back in a minute and put on the green coat, and we'll leave that dry. There's primer Lightning McQueen again, folks. We'll come back in a minute and put on the next coat, the other coat of neon green. Okay, here's the neon green I chose. Putting that right here. Now, the reason I chose that crazy color is it's so easy to see. They don't know which one wins the race when I do the race. I can do the race right here on the track, so we'll have a camera set up in each end so we can see how it looks. We'll be back in a second when this is dry. Okay, guys, that paint's pretty much dry. I'm not going to be too worried about how fancy these are. These aren't going to be cool die-cast custom Pixar cars like I usually make. This green is only going to make it show up so you can see who wins the race. And if you want me to do another race, another color, let me know. If you like these videos, let me know. Leave a comment. This is, like I said, Chapter 1. And we're going to do a chapter every day of these fancy, cool rip-lash racers. I like them. Like I said, they're the only ones that actually worked really good. Oh, that's still wet there, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to have some fun here today, folks. We're not going to worry about the paint job itself. The gray is still gray. Still wet coming through. Oh, well. But we'll be able to see it for sure going through the finish line. Whoever's going to win, I'll leave this dry for a few minutes. Then I'll come back and set the racetrack up so you'll know what I mean. And then we'll do a few test runs and we'll do a race. I wish I had another camera. I'd have 2 cameras set up so you'd be able to see who wins for sure. But anyway, I got all those little fancy, what do you call it, cars here. These are the micro drifters. And somebody said to paint the first one Fabulous Doc Hudson color. So I'm going to make one of the first, the first car is going to be Fabulous Lightning McQueen in those little micro drifters. So you're going to see that probably a couple of days too, before the end of the week. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah. So you're going to see a bunch more videos come up this week. Look at that. That's not too bad, guys. I think you can tell this car from the red one. What do you think? Yeah, let's leave that dry and we'll come back and we'll set the racetrack up. Well, there's the track, folks. There's the finish line there. And I showed you this a minute ago, but I'll show you it again. There's a loop and there's an air gap right here. Look, the cars actually fly through the air when they come through here and land down there. And the race begins way back here. Not that bright back here. I hope I can fix the lighting. I hope you can see it okay. If you have any complaints, make sure you let me know in the comment section what you see differently I can do. And maybe it'll help. There's a kind of a lump here. I have to flatten that out. I think the car will fly through the air there and come off the track. But let's, I'm going to show you a dry run first, and then I'll have the camera set up right here so you can watch the ending. Okay, I adjusted the lights a little bit better there. The green car is on the outside. It's going down the black track. It's going to turn into the red track right here and go through the loop-de-loop and come down over there. So hopefully I can do a dry run. Right now the paint's kind of wet, so I'm going to leave it dry for a few minutes and come right back, folks. Okay, the paint's pretty much dry now, so I'm going to try the first. I'm going to show you a launch first, then we'll do a race. I'm pulling the ripcord right over here, and the car is going to launch down here. Here goes. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Wow, that went perfect, except it landed on the floor. Let's watch the ending this time instead. Okay, now be careful and make sure you tell me which one came across the line. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. I think the green one came across first. That's how you tell it apart now. It's painted. Let's do that race again. That was pretty cool. And this time I put the green car on the inside track and the red car on the outside. Let's give it a try again. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. Well, the green one won for sure, folks. That's for sure. Okay, that's a good video. I hope you like that, folks. If you like the idea of painting the rip-lash racers, let me know. Send me a comment, and we'll do more. I think I'd like to change that to a different color. I can easily change the color, no problem. So we'll have some fun with these for a while. This is chapter 1 of the series. Let me know what you want me to do next. And thanks for watching, folks, and have a great day. And stay tuned for the bonus video at the end. So let's get the primer paint out and put a fresh coat of primer on Fred. I was trying to find a way to hold the cars while I paint them without getting paint on my fingers. I found these vice grips fit perfectly right underneath the car. So let's start off with a layer of primer paint on Fred. This will really cheer him up. This should be fun. He already looks better. Maybe I should put a smile on his face too after we're done to make him look really happy. He was happy because everyone knew his name. Like Lightning McQueen would say, hey, look, it's Fred. And Fred would say, hey, everybody knows my name. And then even Mario Andretti, when Fred was trying to get in to watch the big race, he was trying to get in, nobody knew him. And then Mario Andretti come over and said, hey, Fred, hey, look, he knows my name, let me in, please. And they wouldn't let him in anyway. But anyway, Fred's a good guy. He just needs some paint. Maybe he should have used brushed tees. Would have saved him. Haha. Okay, that's the engine hood. I'll have to leave this dry for a few minutes and I'll come back and put the finishing coat on it with nice black color. Primer Fred. That's good. So, like I mentioned earlier, some of the cars are listed on eBay already. This one here is Fabulous Lightning McQueen. He got his own listing up there. And if you go to the site eBay and look under Sellers Other Cars, you'll see 3 or 4 more already there. So if you're interested, go check it out and let me know what you think. Make an offer or make a bid, whatever you want to do. People have been asking for them, so that's why I did it. These vice grips are working great. Holding the car perfectly. Left now, folks, just a little bit here. I'm gonna do another Lightning McQueen, like I said, in primer, because people are asking for primer McQueen. They don't want me to paint it, so I have to put a primer McQueen up on eBay too, just handmade. And the beauty of these videos is when you buy the car, the video is always there forever, so you can show people that you got the collector's car from the YouTube channel, and there's a video making the car. That's another good idea. Okay, there's Fred. One more little bit left around his eyes. It's the tricky part. I have to cover that up too. Not bad. Here goes the hard part. Gotta cover out this brown spot right there. In case in the future you're looking back, today is daylight saving time. First thing in the morning, daylight saving time. Everyone gets an extra hour sleep, except us. Okay, that looks good. Well, that's the best I can get, I think. A little closer on the windows, maybe. Okay, folks, there's Primer Fred, complete. I know the primer looks a little lighter than the usual primer, but it's more like the color that would be on a car when you get it primed, okay? Okay, we're back here a little while later. Fred is all dry now. He's got his primer coat on, and now I'm going to put on some beautiful gold. And I hope this looks really nice on Fred. Goes our paint. Looks nice. Okay, Fred, here comes your final paint job. Looks like $1 million. Painted in gold. Actually looks pretty nice. What do you think, folks? How's Fred looking so far? How about hitting that like button down there so I'll get lots of likes of these videos. People like them anyway. They're watching them all the time. Some of them watch them over and over. Make sure you send a suggestion, and if you really want me to do a personal car, just tell me which one you want, and I'll put it on eBay and you can buy it if you want it. And then you'll always have it. This is pretty cool. Oh, Fred's going great. That, you know, putting the primer on first really helps bring the color out of the car. That's why they prime the cars first. When you do any car, you get it primed, and then you paint it the color you want. So the paint sticks and shows up. Look at that. I think that's the best color for Fred. He needed some paint jobs anyway. The mess of him, oh my god. He was a mess. If I think back to when I was a kid, I used to do this with my own toys at home years ago. Getting the paints at they didn't have dollar stores, and they had corner stores that sold little paint samples, hobby stores, and you get the paint and you paint things. That was fun. Now here I'm doing it again. This time it's for YouTube. Yeah, look at that. This is one of the nicest ones. Fred turned out the best, I think. Okay. Let's have a look at his eyes. I gotta get that done just right. Oh, a little bit, just a touch off. And the mirrors. Yeah, all one color, gold. Now when he shows up at the Piston Cup races, they'll let him in pretty quick. They say, hey, here comes Fred. He's solid gold. Okay, almost. Perfect. Oh, a little bit over here I missed on the side. Just around the window. In the mirror. In the window post. There, folks. There is gold Fred. Oh, little tiny speck here. I think he looks a whole lot better in gold. What do you think? Let's get some pictures of Fred right now and see how he looks. And of course we have Primer McQueen. He's going to stay that color. I'm going to list him on eBay or use him in some other videos. And we'll do some more. I think I'll do a couple of the delinquent road hazards next time. And thanks for watching, folks, and I'll catch you on the next video.